Hello, everyone. We're going a little bit south today. We're going to Iowa. Coming from Minnesota, we're heading to Iowa. Let's have her introduce herself.
Hi guys, I'm Macy Comito. I go to Carlisle High School and I'm class of 2026.
One of the names that we should be knowing here in the Class 26 Midwest is packed, and she's one of the reasons that it's packed here. So, welcome, welcome. Thank you so much for doing this.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
So, I always say we start at the kind of the beginning of your career. What's your earliest memory when it comes to your being a basketball player?
Oh, I definitely would say just like we had our little tournament team, just Carlisle, like just a bunch of my friends. Um, Probably in second grade, we thought it was super cool because we got to play
Fair.
up in the third grade division at our Carlisle tournament. It was a lot of fun. So I would say that's probably like my first real memory of basketball.
Fair. Was basketball always the main sport? Did we play other sports, or kind of what made basketball like stick out as the one?
Yeah, I've always loved basketball. It's always been my top sport. I did play softball. I love softball. I love soccer. So I played both of those, but I like my family has been surrounded by basketball, so
Fair.
it's always been something I've enjoyed.
Love it. And so, if anyone's not seen you play yet, first of all, they're missing out. Get out to see your play. But how would you describe yourself as a player to someone who hasn't had the opportunity to see you yet?
Yeah, I think for me as a player, I personally feel like I'm unselfish, or I try to be at least. I hope my teammates would say that, but I'm a point guard, so I really love just being able to create shots for myself, but also my teammates, like drive, kick, all sorts of stuff like that. So I definitely say that's my style of play.
So, we talked about the state you're in. We call it the state that Caitlin Clark built a little bit.
Yeah.
I've been to the Iowa State tournament as of last year. I'm hoping to go back next year. How would you describe Iowa basketball, kind of where it is right now, to someone that maybe hasn't seen it or doesn't get to experience it as much?
Yeah, obviously Caitlin Clark has made a huge impact on us. And although it's college, like I can see it in my high school. Like I remember my freshman year, I think we would barely have any fans there, but even last year, like we would actually get a student section, which was impressive because like coming from the year before, we had nobody. So
Fair.
it's really cool to see her impact on all levels.
So, how would you say the last? We'll go back to last year. How did the high school season go for you personally, for your team? Kind of walk us through how the season went overall, in your opinion.
Yeah, so I feel like we had a pretty solid season. So we had our a new coach. So we were just kind of getting used to him. We had a good season. We did not make it to state, which was unfortunate, but overall, I think we learned a lot. I feel like I had a good season. I feel like us as a team, we did good. So we're just hoping to make a run at state this year.
Come on, we're gonna be at state. We got to have Macy there. Come on, now we need to put on a show. And then, what would you say? You talked about goal of the team to make state. What would you say is maybe some individual goals you have coming into this high school season?
Individual goal, I feel like leadership is a huge thing. So working on that leadership, I think just getting everybody kind of implemented into the
Hmm.
game, and just improving as a whole, honestly. Yeah.
Fair. And then we'll go to AAU. We'll go back to the beginning of the summer, or like I'll say April when AAU starts. Where do you think from there to where you are now? Where have you grown the most as a player this last summer?
Like I said, I think my leadership has grown over the summer. And that's something that Coach Randy, who was my coach for attack, like he's like, you're the point guard, you got to be a leader. So that's definitely an area that I've grown over the summer.
And so, with a leadership, are you more kind of like do as I say, or kind of more of a lead by example? Kind of, are you okay being that verbal leader, or is it kind of growing into that as of right now?
Yeah, I'm definitely kind of growing into vocalizing how I feel. I always try to lead by example, but yeah, just making sure like I never want to come off rude, but like making sure people
Right.
know what's going on and stuff like that. That's a huge part.
Fair. And so you talked about All Iowa Tech. It's a pretty dominant program, well-known program. What does
Yeah.
it, I guess, describe for people that like maybe don't understand, like what does it mean to represent All Iowa Tech and to play for them and the long history they have of the Caitlin Clarks and everyone that's kind of come through that program?
Yeah, I know. So attack, it's always intense, but it's truly like an honor to wear the attack name. Obviously, you see the people that have come through and they are great. So
Mm-hmm.
to be able to represent them and the people in the future is a huge honor for us.
Love it. And then we know with All Iowa Tech, you get to go all over the place. You're on the EYBL circuit. Where are some of your favorite places you've gotten to go? I know you go like 10 different states with EYBL. Where are some of the favorite places basketball's taken? You've gotten to go because of basketball.
Yeah, for sure. Obviously like Chicago's a really fun tournament. Like that's
Yes.
always a great one, but one that's always super fun for us. We go to Nashville. It's honestly
Mm-hmm.
like our fun tournament. It's not obviously we play basketball, but we get to go out Broadway, line dancing, and everything like that. So it's super fun.
So we're telling you there's going to be like TikToks of Macy Comito line dancing, teaching everyone how to line dance?
I'm sure. I'm not the best. I'm getting there though. Maybe next year.
Fair. I got no rhythm, so y'all are already ahead of me, so you good there. So
Uh,
and
yeah.
then talked about Chicago a little bit, talked about some of the tournaments. How do you feel EYBL kind of raises the bar for you as a player, kind of prepares you as a player and help and kind of forces you maybe to like even grow your game a little bit?
Yeah, EYBL, I definitely feel I might be biased is like the best circuit to play on. There's so much talent. So it's honestly, I've heard from people on the outside, like it's like college. You're going
Mhm.
against the best players. So it's really just like preparing you for that and getting a feel for what that would be.
So we mentioned a little bit. We won't go into the specifics in terms of playing all out attack, playing at the level you're playing at. The growth in your game comes with some recruiting attention.
Yeah.
How do you personally kind of handle the all the attention that comes at you're 26? They can kind of get directly to you now anymore, or they don't have to kind of go through coach and other stuff. How do you handle it to make sure it doesn't kind of become overwhelming or kind of a situation where it's not as fun as it probably should be?
Yeah, honestly, I think it's really I've enjoyed my process so far, but I think it's also important to kind of step away from that at times.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely like coming off a weekend and you're coming home, like you want to spend time with your family, and I
Mm-hmm.
feel like I've expressed that. I'm like, okay, I'm doing something with my family, like I'll call you tomorrow. So I think that helps with the process, like not to get super overwhelming. But I get how it can be
Mm-hmm.
at times, but that's kind of how I stay calm, you know?
No, it's great to set boundaries, kind of like, hey, and then it also lets you know, like, what coaches don't follow those boundaries and stuff like that. It's a great thing to kind of be like, here's my boundaries. You can fit in them or not.
Yeah, yeah, for sure.
Perfect. So, AAU in high school, you said you're playing with some pretty good players. Who would you say some of the best players you ever had a chance to play with AAU or high school?
Ooh, that's a tough one. I feel like I'm gonna mess up her last name, but Addison Bjorn.
Yep, yep.
I got to play with her in South Carolina. She's amazing. Um, Jenica, like
Mm-hmm.
they're just such high level recruits. I can't say I actually like played with some of these people, but like going against them, we had Jordan Spicer, Aaliyah Crump in the program, like
Yeah,
everybody like that. It's so fun to play against them because they're so good.
I love it. Now, we
Yeah.
talked about the EYBL circuit. You're playing in Iowa. Now we'll go the other way. Who are some of the best places per people you've ever had a chance to play against AAU or high school?
Oh, that's also a tough one. Oh, I'm trying to think. Like I said, probably like Jordan Spicer, Aaliyah Crump. Just we had to play their like the top attack team
Uh-huh.
multiple times, and as you know, we have a bunch of ranked recruits: Libby Fandel, Ava Zedeker, Chloe Johnson.
Mm-hmm.
Like they are insane. So that's probably like the biggest competition I've ever gone against.
Fair. You got the Minnesota flavor down there with you got Ari, you
We
got the
do.
Wilson sisters, you got Chloe, you got you got some of our best going on down there.
I know they're impressive. I'm glad I get to play with them and not against them.
Fair, fair. Who would you say is your dream one-on-one opponent?
Dream one-on-one opponent. Um, Probably Paige Beckers. That would be like I know she would crush me, but it would just be fun like playing against her. I think it would be crazy.
I think I gotta take a trip to Minnesota. She's roaming around here all the time. You go to high school gym, she's just showing up all over. I'm just saying, roam around Minnesota. You will find Paige somewhere. And
Yeah.
so we mentioned her a little bit. That's into my next question. Is there any, college WNBA, NBA players that you would say you model your game after, or people that like you really enjoy watching or try and take part pieces of your game from?
Yeah, I would say my like favorite NBA player is probably Kyrie.
Hmm.
I can't say like I can do what he does. He's so shifty and everything like that, but definitely like trying to work on a couple of his moves and put that into a game at some point. So I really enjoy watching him.
Fair. I said that. Don't sell yourself short. You got some shiftiness. We saw you at camps. We've seen you in games. Yeah, you got some shiftiness. You're holding your own. You're doing pretty good.
I appreciate that.
And then we'll do some quick hits now. Go to basketball shoe.
Oh, I really like Giannis's.
Oh yes, those are.
Giannis's or Sabrina's.
If you're gonna be a shooter, I mean, come on now, Sabrina's.
Yeah.
Go to pregame meal.
Ooh, that's a tough one. I don't really have like a pregame meal. Definitely like Cane's though. Cane's is my
Yes.
go-to restaurant.
Oh, Raising Cane's, outstanding. Yes, excellent question.
Yeah.
And then let's go dream vacation spot that you've yet to had a chance to go to.
Dream vacation. Probably Fiji. Fiji or Greece.
Yes. Oh, that just looks amazing. 1,000%. You maybe get to a college team that gets to kind of go there because they go on those overseas trips once every 4 years, I think.
Uh,
Yeah. In your
yeah.
recruiting, you should just tell them, be like, if it ain't Greece, I ain't coming.
Yeah. No thanks. No thanks. On to the next. No.
Fair. Game winning three, game saving block. Which would you prefer?
Ooh. Probably the block. I feel like I get so hyped whenever
Hmm.
me or like my teammates like that's a good feeling.
You're actually the first one to say the block, and I always say this. Like, I always say, I wish someone had, because I think it'd be the most like exciting, because like you stopped the win and stuff. I
Mhm.
just have no faith in officials, because I'm like, you could do everything right, like no body, no nothing, clean ball, and all they have to just be like, I may have saw something, so it's less on your control. But like the block, I feel is harder, but it would be like feel more like rewarding. Granted, hitting a game-winning three would be
Yeah.
fun too.
No, I feel that. I feel that.
Fair. So when you talked about, kind of hang out with family, but like when you're trying to get away from basketball and just like decompress and like, I just got to get away from basketball. Where would people find Macy?
Oh, that's a good question. Definitely just with my friends shopping or movie nights. We do lots of those. So that's kind of what I do outside of
Fair.
basketball.
What's the last like best movie you've seen? The latest best movie you've seen?
Ooh, I watched Twisters recently. That was really good. Or like
Hmm.
horror movie. It was As Above, So Below.
Man, I
It's
love
really
horror, so I got to see that.
yes, watch that for sure.
Fair. And so, well, I won't take all your afternoon. I always end with this. Once you're done with high school and past AA, you got one more AA year season that we're, going to be able to watch you. What do you hope your legacy is in terms of a basketball player? What do you hope when people watch you play that they like got out of like who you are as a player?
Yeah, I like I said, I just hope they see that I'm definitely a team player.
Hmm.
I love helping out my teammates and getting them the ball. So if they're having like a good night, I feel good about myself. So
Hmm.
um I think that would be definitely part of my legacy.
Well, let me tell you, it's an absolute joy to watch you shoot the lights out. You're quick, you're shifty, like you talk about Kyrie. Don't let her sell herself short. Hopefully, we see you at the state tournament next year. Hopefully, we'll be
Yeah.
there. So I thought, well, once again, but thank you so much for doing this. You are one of the biggest names to keep track of in the state. Oh, sorry, country, in the state of Iowa, in the class of 2026. With that, it's a massive, highly talented class, and you are one of those reasons.
Thank you. I really do appreciate that.
Absolutely. Well, once again, where can people find you if they want to keep on, keep tracking you with your career?
Definitely Twitter, Instagram, everything like that. Definitely on socials, follow Attack, they keep you updated. So people are interested, go hit those up.
Absolutely. And once again, good luck with everything college related. Good luck with high school. I said hopefully I think junior season starting soon or whatnot. So good luck with all of that. Once again, thank you, thank you. An absolute joy to get to know you and watch you on the court.
Thank you.